Well, good morning. Welcome. It's the last day of school. I thought I'd hear somebody give me a big loud shout out for that, but I don't know, maybe all the students are ready. Well, you guys want to go another month? No? Let's keep going. All the parents are saying yes, yes, yes. Hey, I'm right there with you. No, it's this is good. I've been looking forward to this day for quite a while, and I know at least for me, for some of us, maybe back in October, November, it seemed like maybe we'd never make it here. But here we are. Summer is at hand. The end of the school year is upon us. Grades are transitioning from one to the other. Flowers are blooming. The birds are singing. The golf courses are running nicely. And it feels good to be beginning to kind of make a return back to normal, doesn't it? And I'm grateful, especially, that we've been able to keep school open. We've been able to run the way that we have, and it's really taken the effort of everybody, all of our teachers, our staff, you as parents. I mean, everybody's pitching in to make it be the year. So this has been a good year, even though it's been challenging and hard in many places. It's been a good year. So this is a great day to celebrate the achievements of our students, our middle school students. And so I'll give you just kind of a quick rundown here as to what we are doing. We're going to begin, and Mrs. Amy O'Hare. By the way, where are our teachers? Okay, so I'm going to just call you out. I realize everybody knows everybody, but maybe some family, grandparents, aunts and uncles are here for the first time. And because this is being live streamed and captured out there, maybe people are watching who don't know. So I want to introduce our teachers as we get this set up. So Mrs. Amy O'Hare, she is also our assistant athletic director, does a great job with that. So she will be doing the athletics awards. We'll begin with that because we have fifth graders who participate in that. And then we will move from there into our academic awards. We'll talk about each of those as we go along. And then after that, Mrs. Shar, who's right down here in front, our middle school lead teacher, has some special things for 8th grade, because our 8th graders are, of course, leaving middle school. And we're very happy to see you go. But just because that means that you're moving on to the next stage of your journey called high school, and we're excited about what God has in store for all of that. So Mr. Shar will talk about that. And then we'll conclude our ceremony today with just a prayer over the 8th grade specifically, and then that will be it. Okay? So welcome. We're glad to have all of you here. We're grateful for all of our parents. This is a great community. I've been really impressed with the parental involvement. So thank you for all of that. Mrs. O'Hare, let's go ahead and begin with academic awards or athletic awards. Okay?
All right, good morning. First of all, we are so happy to have athletics this year. It was a bright spot in our year. In a year that a lot of people were shutting it down and not having it, we got to do it, so it's a blessing. If you helped coach, if you drove your kid to a practice, if you drove someone else's kid to a practice, if you purchased or donated something, we will forever be grateful because you have started a legacy for them. So thank you for that. All right, moving on. Basketball. We were hoping for the first win in basketball. Didn't happen, but we did learn. We didn't lose, we learned. So that's where we're coming from. All right, so let's start with, we're going to go by numbers. So number 2 for our basketball team was Blake Stone. I'm going to read them all really fast, and then we'll take a picture, and then we can just chat out. Number 4, Jaden Lowe. Number 5 was Cole Ziegler. Number 10 was Willa O'Rourke. Number 11 was Michael Scott. Number 12 was Robbie Murphy. Number 13, Cannon Corley. Number 14 was Turner Scott. Number 21 was Keaton Middlebrooks. Number 22 was Jonathan Dobbs. Number 23 was Parker Allen. And number 24 was Eli Wiggins. Proud of all of these guys and their hard work. They worked tirelessly and practiced really hard. Our coaches were Brandon Waller and Ken Middlebrooks, and we're proud of them. So if you want a picture, come snap a picture real quick. Would you like me to scoot them? All right, the photographer in the back would like you guys to go down to the next level, half of you. There you go. There you go. We'll get better at this. First time for everything. Oh, yeah. Okay, we are starting something new this year as a middle school. If you have had students here before, they received dog tags, and so when they would come up to middle school, we were looking for a way to still acknowledge them and let them see how they've progressed through the years. And we have decided to do banners, so which each certificate, they will receive a pin for each year that they led in a sport. So basketball, they all have a pin on there. So that's what the flags are for. They've worn them as hats and other things, but when you get them home, put the pins on them and display them somewhere nice, because it's going to help them reach for higher goals even next year. All right, so our team captain award for basketball goes to Robbie Murphy. Robbie was a great leader and a great rebounder too, which was really amazing. Good job. Yeah, stay there. Just stay there. We'll read all of them. All right, our effort and hustle. This is someone that gave it their all at practice and games, and that goes to Keaton Middlebrooks and Eli Wiggins. All right, go stand there. And we have our basketball all-stars. And if you went to a game, I'm pretty sure you saw these two brothers watching each other and working their plays. This goes to Michael Scott and Turner Scott. Super proud of them. We saw fire in their eyes. It was awesome. All right. And the Player of the Year, which we're going to call the Mad Eagle Award, goes to Robbie Murphy. All right, let's get a picture of them. The camera's that way, yeah. All right, good job, you guys. Thank you. All right, so this next group brought us our first win. Right, good job. We defeated LBC and we loved every minute of it. All right, so here we go. This is the golf team. Carson Heron, Michael Scott, Sarah Grace Monahan, Colin Monahan, Keaton Middlebrooks, and Colton Hart. And if you have played golf, which I have started playing a little myself, it is a game of mental toughness. So to start out a sport that takes that kind of integrity and mental toughness, these kids pretty much made me cry probably the first match because they were amazing. So proud. You guys might as well just stay back up here because you have awards too, so come on back up. Everybody. Best effort. This is best effort and perseverance. They did not give up. And if you've ever played golf, there are days you just want to throw those clubs and never look back. But these kids did not. They were a great example of what we want as our culture for MVCA athletics. I'm very proud of them. Best effort goes to Sarah Grace Monahan and Keaton Middlebrooks. Our all-star performers goes to Michael Scott and Colin Monahan. And our Mad Eagle Award, and truly an ambassador for her sport. The reason why these kids are up here playing is because she's like, come play, come play. We can do this, we can do this. So golf team, came through because Carson loves the sport and has a passion. So Carson Heron is our Mad Eagle Best Player of the Year. She also had the lowest score for our entire league that we played in, so she's quite an athlete. We're proud of her. Good job, golf team. I didn't think I'd be so emotional, but obviously I'm passionate about this. Okay. Soccer team. I'm going to read through the list really quick, and we'll take a group photo, and then we'll go into some other awards. Number 1 was Callie Mamo. She's a hustler. Payson Mahurin was number 3. Number 4 was Blake Stone. Number 5 was Pace Waller. Number 6 was Jonathan Dobbs. Number 8 was Cole, am I saying it? Ziegler. Thank you, Aaron. Ziegler. And Toby Johnson was number 9. Number 10 was Will O'Rourke. Number 11 is Eli Wiggins. Number 12 was Matthew Shar. Number 13 was Jesse Howard. Number 15 is Elin Miller. Number 16 was Jaden Lowe. Number 17 was Grayson Davis. Number 18 was Robbie Murphy. And we had our first manager ever, and that was Izzy Delgado. Thank you, Izzy. All right, so let's have you just one step, and then you guys kind of follow behind. They've got a game tonight, so no pool after this, parents. They need to win. She's in the back. So look towards the back. They're looking for a camera. There you go. Then find your parents and make sure they get a good picture of you. All right, stay here. I think this works best. All right. Best Effort and Hustle Award, and your coach called them little gnats that just were all over the place. Goes to Kason Mahurin and Callie Mamo. They never stop running. Our all-star soccer performer was Robbie Murphy and Elin Miller. Elin's first time to play. He's a great athlete. And our soccer Mad Eagle was someone who took a beating every game, got back up, and still put on that goalie jersey every game. We're super proud of him, and that's Matthew Shar. Did you get pictures? All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so we have a first-time award for us. Now that we have athletics, we still feel that academics is crucially important. And for a student to play a new sport and have those kind of conflicts with their time and still maintain an A average is a huge accomplishment. I couldn't be prouder for them. I hope they stick with athletics, and I hope it takes them far, but I also love what academics and athletics do together. There's a lot you learn in the classroom, and there's so much you learn on the field. So I'm proud of these kids for sure. Our first time ever academic scholar awards go to Colin Monahan, Colton Hart, Turner Scott, Carson Heron, Robbie Murphy, Jaden Lowe, Matthew Shar, Eli Wiggins, Will O'Rourke, Eli, here's yours, and Pace Waller. Louder, people. These kids studied. We're very proud of them. Is Pace here? Did Pace make it up here? Oh, okay. I just didn't want him to not be photographed. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for all your help. Next year is going to be great for us. I'm excited.
You know, when she was giving out the soccer awards, I wondered momentarily that Best Effort Award for Soccer, maybe we should just name it the Little Nat Award next year. I think that might be good. Before we move on to academics, I want to say a word about athletics. This really can be, and we want it to be, a very important part of who we are as a school. And for those of you that maybe remember back in October when we got together up in the chapel and we had that first meeting about starting athletics, if you recall what I told you that night, from my view here as the head of school, that there were really two things. I was all for it, very supportive of athletics, but there were really two things that we had to do right. We had to do well if we were going to pull off athletics. And one was cost. And you remember the second? Culture. And I want to tell you, and this is to you as parents, because I think you all have been the difference makers in this, those of you that have been involved. You have exceeded my expectations over and over and over, again, on both of those points. Athletics has really helped us bring in some financial revenue that has been very helpful. That's always, when you're in my position, that's always a good thing. But I am exceptionally proud of the kind of culture that we have established at the outset with our athletics. And you've seen this, and if you've been at the games, been at the events, the sportsmanship, the character, the way that the kids treat each other, the way they rise up to the challenges, the way they dealt with perseverance, the difficulties, the mental toughness, keeping up the academic work, over and over and over again. This is a phenomenal start to what I look forward to seeing someday turn into state championship kind of athletics, that level of quality. But as we do that, we also have an athletic environment where there are lots of opportunities for students of all levels of ability to be able to participate, that we're both good and wide across all of this. So I say thank you. I say well done, teachers, coaches, all of you that have really stepped up as volunteers and parents. This has been a good year. This is a good start. And you should be very, very proud. Okay, let's go to academics. And we have just a variety of academic awards. And this year we go by award groups. And so our first award will be to recognize our A-B honor roll students. And these are students who have all A's or B's across all subjects for the whole year. And this is not an easy thing to do. But again, when I call your name as you're doing, just come on up and line up across the front. Elin Miller. Not in order. Okay. For now, you just hold that because they're not out of order. We'll get the right name. Or you can just go by Cameron. Okay. Jessica Howard. Hey, Elin, stay right here, man. Jessica Howard. Not here today. Kason Mahurin. Izzy Murray. And Mrs. O'Hare told you about the banners, and this is also true for academic awards. So this pen is an honor roll. That says honor roll on it. So you got to shake my hand to get it. Michael Scott. Kaylee Ramsey. And Sarah Grace Monahan. Since I gave Elam the one with the wrong name on it. And this isn't a picture, right? Names are important when you get awards. Well, I guess it's hard to tell the story without bragging on myself. That's not what this is about. But I received an award in my doctoral degree program, and it was, I think, a little bit of a moment of humility for me, just to remind myself, because they gave me this nice big framed certificate. It was very elegant, and they had given me an entirely different middle name, right? So it says Brian Paul, which is not my name. So I kept it that way, and my wife said, "You can send it back, and they'll change." I said, "I'm going to keep it like that because it's a good reminder, for me at any rate, that if they don't know your name, what are they really celebrating?" So names matter, Elam. That's all I'm getting at, buddy. Okay, nobody cared about that. Let's go on to our straight A awards. Good job, students. All A's, Turner Scott. That is your right name, right? Yeah. Matthew Shar. Will O'Rourke. Robbie Murphy. Colin Monahan. Keaton Middlebrooks. Carson Heron. And Jaden Lowe. Let's give our straight A students a round of applause. Okay, you guys can have a seat. Are the pictures all good? All right. This next award is given to the student that has shown the greatest improvement, which takes a great deal of work, of effort, of dedication, perseverance to have climbed that big of a hill to get to where they are today. And I think that is absolutely worth celebrating and recognizing. And so this year's Most Improved Award goes to, the envelope please, Michael Scott. Okay. If you want to take his picture, he'll pose right there on the red carpet. Just work it, Michael. Just work it, bud. That's okay. I didn't know what to do either, so I just was coming up with stuff. So. Okay. I do want to announce this one. This one's good. So, every now and then you come across a student for whom you just realize you have to kind of create a new category of thing, right? But you need to, because it just kind of stands out that much. And one thing that's a real value for us as a school is creativity, imagination, discovery, exploration. That's, I think, from a biblical worldview, certainly this is, God's created an incredible world, and he's made us and wants us to be people who want to know what that world's like and how that world works and what all is going on in it, right? So curiosity, discovery, exploration, those are things that we just think are central to the kind of people that God wants us to be. And so we, because of the student and just what we've seen in them, has led us to, I know I'm going on and on about this, but the build-up is what this is all about, right? An award to recognize somebody who just stands out with their imagination, their curiosity about the world around them, who just wants to kind of investigate everything. Okay? And this person, their favorite saying might be, and indeed often is, I wonder what would happen if, and then, usually somebody's cleaning up what happened next. But I'll tell you, that's really special. That's really good. And so this is a new award category that we will give out from time to time when we see this kind of thing come along. And we call it, and I think very appropriately, the Da Vinci Award. And so although this individual is not here because they are in Jamaica, the first ever Da Vinci Award at Midland Valley Christian Academy Middle School goes to Mr. Cannon Corley. I wonder what would happen if parents, if you have kids like that, nurture that. I realize it's expensive. Okay, we're going to move to some subject recognitions here. These are going to be recognizing from each grade the 2 students who have the highest grade average in these subjects. And so we are recognizing particularly ELA, English Language Arts, Math, Science, and Social Studies, those 4 in particular. So by grade is how we'll do this. And so I will call your name when you come up, and please just stay here as we've done until we have all 6 of you up. And so with 6th grade, the highest averages, the 2 highest averages in 6th grade for ELA belong to Carson Heron and Keaton Middlebrooks. Okay. 7th grade, the highest grade point averages for ELA belong to Matthew Shar and Jaden Lowe. And in 8th grade, highest averages for ELA belong to Kaylee Ramsey and Robbie Murphy. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. Highest averages for English Language Arts. Hold tight, Carson. Stand up there. There we go. Okay, you may have a seat. Thank you. For math, 6th grade, highest averages in math this year belong to Keith Middlebrooks and Carson Heron. All right, for 7th grade in math, highest averages, Matthew Shar and Jaden Lowe. And in 8th grade, highest averages in math belong to Robbie Murphy Elin Miller. Okay, that is our top students in math. For science, top averages in 6th grade belong to Carson Heron and Keaton Middlebrooks. In science, 7th grade, highest averages belong to Matthew Shard, Jaden Lowe. And in 8th grade, we have one qualifying recipient for the highest averages in science, and that had to be a 95 was the criteria for this to qualify. And this award goes to Elin Miller in science. You look surprised. Okay, those are our highest averages in science. Let's give them a round of applause. And then we move to social studies. The highest averages for 6th grade in social studies, Carson Heron and Keaton Middlebrooks. Social studies, highest average for 7th grade, Mr. Jaden Lowe, Matthew Sharp. And for 8th grade social studies, Robbie Murphy, Elin Miller. All right, let's give them a round of applause for social studies. Stay there for your picture. Okay, this next award, there's just one recipient to this, recognizing the student who is outstanding in the subject of art across the board in both academic performance and their work and engagement. And this year's art award goes to Kaylee Ramsey. Next, we move to the subject of Bible. And for Bible, we are recognizing the three students who had the highest average across all of the middle schools. So this is not by grade, but by all students. We have 3 recipients this year. And so the Bible Award goes to Keaton Middlebrooks, Kaylee Ramsey, and Matthew Shar. Let's give them a round of applause. And our last two awards move away from the subject areas into citizenship and leadership. And this is a kind of a new thing that we're beginning to introduce in our awards, and then as we move ahead into the life of the school beyond. So certainly with our awards, we routinely recognize what information our students have acquired and mastered. And that's measured often by their GPA or academic performance, test scores, things like that. So the honor roll awards and all that we give out. That's very important to us, certainly. But we also recognize, because of who we are as a Christian school, the type of person you are matters. Not just the information you have acquired and mastered, but who you are, what has been formed in you, how you live, how you relate to other people, the kind of citizen you are in the world and the community around you. And we believe that that's every bit as important, if indeed maybe not more important, as our students move out into the world. And so we are introducing these new award categories to begin to recognize and affirm that. So for this year, in our Christian Citizenship Award, this is a student who has demonstrated as a habitual way of living and behaving in the community, respect, servanthood, a great attitude, showing up, being a positive encourager, having just a great disposition to the people around them, somebody that can be counted on, that demonstrates all of these attributes of the kind of person you want to have around you. This year's Christian Citizenship Award belongs to, when you get to be the MC, there's a lot of power in this, right? I'm just wondering if this person's going to be surprised or not, right? This year's Christian Citizenship Award is being given to Elon Miller. Did that one surprise you? And then our final award, this too we consider to be a citizenship award, but with the added dimension of a student who not only is a good citizen among their peers and in the school community that exhibits those character traits that we want everyone to aspire to, but this is also a student that has been able to influence their peers, that serves as a role model, that actively seeks that out and challenges their peers to do likewise. And just by being present, helps the whole group lift up and be better citizens. And that's worthy of its own category. And so for us, this is the first time we've done this. What we look forward to is this becoming one of our most prestigious awards here at Midland Valley Academy. The Eagle Leadership Award will be given to one student a year. If we have one student in that year that we believe meets this criteria, so it's not automatic. So we may not give it out, but I believe we have the culture and the students and the families that we'll always have one to give out, but there will only be one that we will recognize. And so our very first recipient ever for the Midland Valley Christian Academy Eagle Leadership Award for being a great role model and an influencer and a leader among her peers, this year's award goes to, see what I mean? Carson Heron. And that will do it for our academic awards. And so Mrs. Charnell will do something specifically for 8th grade. Let's just give one more round of applause to all of our students for the hard work they put in this year.
So every year we like to do a little something special for our 8th graders. A little goodbye gift or see you soon gift for some of them. So this year, though, as we were coming up with different things that we could get for them, the very first thing that Miss O'Hare thought of was candy. This group absolutely loves candy, and we can win their hearts with candy. So you'll notice in their little baskets that we have, there are some special things I'll go over here in a minute, but you have lots and lots of candy. And I'm sorry, parents, but it's to go home with y'all. And then the other thing that we wanted to send some of them away is a couple of them will be heading off to public school next year. So each one of them, we have a little cross in there for you. So for our boys that will be heading off to public school, we hope that you will wear that cross proudly and hope that everything that we have done here, not only in the middle school, but throughout your years in the elementary school as well, gives you a chance to show off who you are, and this was just a seed for where you plan on going in the world. So if you guys will come on up.
You can clap for them too.
They deserve it. This group was my very first group when I arrived at MVCA, so they know that they have been my babies from 6th grade on, my 6th grade homeroom. So to see them grow and to some of them going out into the world out there, I pray that each one of you doesn't forget us here, comes back to see us soon, and that you will just be the light that's out in the world that you have been in our lives here. Thank you.
Hey, 8th graders, let me ask you guys, come stand right down here in the middle. We're going to do a prayer over you here, specifically as we close. And I would also ask if your parents one of the 8th graders, and you feel comfortable, I would invite you to come up and just gather around. Teachers, I would like for you all to come and gather around. And we just want to pray a special prayer of blessing around and over them as they move on to this next stage. All right, why don't you close your eyes and let's just lift them up in prayer. Father, we love these students that are down here on the floor before us, and for our staff that's been here a long time. Some of these students have made most of their educational journey through the school here. Lord, whether they're old-timers as MVCA students from the very beginning, or maybe they're recent arrivals, Lord, they matter a great deal to us, and they matter a great deal to their families. But Lord, we recognize and acknowledge they matter eternally to you. And each one of these students, they're made in your image. We know that they're made on purpose for a purpose in life, that you're calling them to a world and to a life and to a great adventure for many decades ahead. And God, our prayer today is they have finished up 8th grade, they've worked hard, we've celebrated, recognized all of that. Father, is that you would just let your Spirit move into their hearts and minds, that you would give them eyes and a heart and a passion for what lies ahead, a hunger for you and for what your world is, their place in it. Lord, help them to discover that, to find those gifts, to use those gifts, to be passionate about those gifts, Lord. Open up the doors in front of them, lay out the road before them, bring the right people into their lives at just the right time, Lord, so that they can become every bit the man and the woman that you have designed them to be and that you want them to be. And Lord, we know this. We know this from our own experience. We know this from your word. We know this from history, from the lives of the people around us. Lord, you want bigger and better things for our lives than we can ever imagine. And however good we might imagine our future and however great our dreams and passions, Lord, yours are bigger still. So, Father, my prayer for these students and their families is that they will find that, they will come to know that, and that you will be able to get a hold of their hearts and minds so that they will love the right things in the right order. And when they do that, Lord, the future is going to be incredible and magnificent and beautiful. And God, we want those stories to be written that way. And we look forward to how that happens. And so, Lord, thank you for this privilege of being able to be a part of their educational journey. And whatever comes next for them, Father, go with them, fill them up, empower them, love them, encourage them, guide them, protect them, help them grow, and become great men and women of God. That's our prayer for them today. And everyone said, amen. Thank you all for coming out today. It's been a great year. And we are very proud of your kids, of your students, and I know that you all are too. So thank you for everything you have done. And we say have a great, great summer.